Hey everybody, how's it going? You know me, this is Pete Wall, you're watching Pillar to Post. You're watching a channel that when it first came out, it was all about connecting, being positive, pushing that positivity to the point where anyone that came to the channel could lose themselves for just a short amount of time and forget about their own worries for a little bit. And I have to admit, I made a mistake. And in that mistake, I lost my way. I lost that part of me that started this show, that started this channel. And I've talked about this many times on my channel. And recently, I allowed things to happen that brought out the side of me. It wasn't the really bad side of me, but it brought out the side of me that I don't like dealing with. You see, my entire life has been filled with negativity. And I'm going to hurt my mother here by talking about it, and I do apologize. You see, growing up was not an easy life in the Wall family. And there was a lot of things that happened to me, to my brothers, to my sisters, that a lot of people don't have to endure. And as I got older, I always looked upon myself that I wasn't a worthy person. Anything I did, anything that I was good at, wasn't good enough. And I've told the story before about the accident, drunk driver taking me out, the hard work I've gone through to get to where I am now, and what this channel was supposed to be about, and what this channel was for me right from the get-go. You see, when this channel first started, I had made the channel years ago, but when I actually started using it, I was in one of the worst places in my life. I had a great family around me, and I couldn't see that. And it got to the point where it was either swallowing a full bottle of morphine or it was calling for help. And I called for help. I spent 2 weeks in a psych ward. I had doctors that were actually paying attention to what was going on with my body, what was going on inside my mind. And they actually tried to help. And when they showed me that there was other ways to deal with pain that I was experiencing, and then when I was released and I was put back on the same drugs I made a decision where I needed things to change. I quit cold turkey. And after almost 7 years of being on a painkiller like morphine, I have never abused the drug. I took them as prescribed, and I hated every minute of it. And coming off of a drug after 6 years of being on some of the strongest doses that they even allow patients to have, it was sheer hell. And then one night, I jumped up on YouTube and I'm watching guys like JD from New York. I'm watching guys like Big Red from New York. I'm watching Chris Danker. Um, and I seen something in their channels, something I was passionate about. And I told myself, you know what? This might be a direction to go. This might be a direction where I can show my passion. I'm going to explain right now, I've never given a flying fuck about how many subscribers I have or how many subscribers I could have. I appreciate each and every one of them. But I've never, ever looked at the accumulation of how many subscribers I have and I want more. I need more. I need this channel to be the biggest on YouTube. I've never, ever looked at it this way. I'm a man that talks off the cuff. I'm a man that talks from the heart. Sometimes I'm a man that talks from the brain. And usually I end up throwing something in that quite doesn't go the way I meant for it to sound, meant the way it should be. But I own up to them words. And during the course of quite a few months, I somehow allowed negativity in. And I allowed it to fester. I allowed it to fester. I allowed it to fester. I let it keep on going. But my mistake was actually not voicing that issue. No, the mistake was putting it on YouTube. See, one thing everyone is going to have to learn is I own up to everything I say and I eat the words that I spew out. And I've done a lot of reflecting over the last couple of days since that video was posted. Did it need to be said? Yes, it needed to be said. Should it have been said on YouTube? Absolutely not. Why? One, see, I said some things in there that were from the heart, but I said them when I should have said it to the guy directly. That video was not to draw a line in any kind of sand. That was not to discourage anyone from supporting any other channel. Honestly, if you support my channel, thank you. But I don't expect you to support my channel and no one else's. I don't look at it that way. I started this channel for one reason: escape. Escape the issues in the real world, escape the issues inside my mind, escape the issues inside my body. You know, I play a part when I get up on the camera and I look into that camera and I call a match, I call a second match. And that character allows me to lose focus on the amount of pain I'm enduring, about the worries I'm struggling with, about the stress that I deal with on a daily basis. And recently, and this was brought up beautifully a few times by a couple of people, they have pointed out, I have not been the same person that they used to watch. And I've got to fully agree. So, I'm going to apologize to everyone in the community, outside the community, here on YouTube, for adding to that hate and bringing it out here on Pillar to Post. You know, every one of us in this community deals with something outside of this realm we've created. I have learned so much from you people. I look at guys like Cowboy John. I look at guys like Judgment. I look at guys very close to me in this community, and I look at them and I say, what the fuck am I complaining about? What am I stressing about? Look at what they're going through. But it all piles up regardless of who you are. It doesn't matter if it's a mental disease, a physical disease, you know, a malady, regardless of what it is, afflicts everybody in a different way. And this channel has always been about escaping those issues. And as of late, it has turned into something different, and I hate it. So, look at my eyes right now. If you see any hate in there, and you take a really, really strong look, you see any hate in those eyes, you're on the camera before you. You hit that unsubscribe button. You find a new channel. You support them because they are positive. You see, that was my promise right from the start. That this channel would be about positivity and escaping the norm, escaping the issues of real life. And we're going to get back to that. It won't be the same pillar to post that you guys had before. And honestly tell you that it will not be the same. It can't be the same. For a simple couple of reasons. One, my schedule is way up in the air. I never know when I'm driving my kids to work, picking them up. I can't schedule around it because their schedules vary from day to day. Two, I want this channel to be more. I want there to be more than just WWE 2K19. I want this channel to go back to some of the roots that I started with. This week was my first weekend where I got to tune in and watch a pay-per-view. Oh, I missed the ending of the final match. That's cool. I got to watch Monday Night Raw. And it's something that I missed doing. It was something that I started this channel on, and that was doing reviews and sharing my opinions of the wrestling world. Something I've always been passionate about. I know I'm not the best. I know not everyone's going to agree with my opinions, and I accept that. If anyone out there believes that I give two flying fucks about anyone hitting that dislike button on my channel, I could care less. I honestly could care less. This channel is going back to its roots. It's going back to the fun loving. It's going back to the place where you can kick your feet up, have a good laugh, share your opinion, enjoy a good storyline when it comes to 2K19, and losing yourself from the day-to-day grind. You know, I had a really good talk with a really good friend tonight, and it made me feel so good. You know, and I shared my feelings with him and shared my thoughts with him. And it felt like the days of old. And a lot of you people perceive a man before you that can be very hard, but also very kind. See, I'm a lot of things. And I've got a very bad past. And a lot of you guys, and a lot of you women have given me your trust regardless of that past. And I have expressly talked about my past. Expressively. See, I'm very passionate about what I've done in my life. I'm very passionate about what I want to do in my life. And that passion always came through in the shows. And it hasn't been shown in a long time. And I apologize for that. So, if you've watched this video up to this point, I thank you. So I'm going to be very, very forward here. I'm going to tell you all, there is no sides. There never will be any sides to choose. You see, every side, it doesn't matter what kind of war it is, every side believes they are right. Every side believes the other is wrong. You see, you can have a guy that goes and kills another man. The killer believes he did right. In his mind, he'd either seen the devil in this other person, or he was a cancer upon the world, or whatever. The guy that got killed, well, he's looking at, well, why did my life have to end? It's your fault. You put the knife inside me. No matter, it's a bad scenario. But you get where I'm going. You get where I'm going. Each country that goes to war with one another believes that they are in the right, the other country's in the wrong. I want everybody to have fun, no matter what channel they go on. It doesn't matter who the person is running it. If you enjoy what they do, enjoy it. Okay? What drama begins should be kept on that channel, not brought over to another channel. And I am just as guilty as that as anyone else is. Like I said, I've had a couple of days to reflect. So moving forward, this channel gets back on track. This channel gets back to where it started. This channel gets back to the place you can come, you can express yourself, you can have fun, you can forget the norm. Moving forward, I'm going to be watching wrestling again. I'm going to be doing shows where I talk about what went down on Raw, SmackDown, the pay-per-view, NXT. I'm going to give my opinions on those shows. I'm going to allow you, the audience, to express your opinions as well. We're also going to do more WWE 2K19. Now, it might not be as often as you guys would like it, and I do apologize for that. But scheduling is what it is, and I've got to be able to do what I can. We're going to do other things. We're going to do some homemade brandy tasting. We're going to do some homemade whiskey tasting. You know, we're going to get back to the Polera project, which is on hold till after Christmas, or if my son actually sells the car. If he sells the car, well, then there will be no more Polera project. The Pete Wall sitting before you is the guy I want on this channel. I don't want an angry Pete Wall. I want you to see the passionate guy that you guys started with and you guys became friends with. The ones that, you know, the Pete Wall that took you to a different place, made you laugh, hell, sometimes made you cry. But in the end, you left the show either with a smile on your face or a comment that this guy is a fucking dick, but he made me laugh. That's the guy I want on this channel. The video I made had to be made. Now, for those of you that don't know what's going on, I don't expect you to understand. The words need to be said. They had to come from me. It was up long enough for me to get the things off my chest that needed to be gotten off, and now it has been deleted. See, that negativity needs to be cut out like a cancer. So I have cut that fucking shit out like a fucking hot knife, and it is off the channel. I don't care who it is. You got hate in your heart, fine. that hate isn't going to be met with more hate from now on. No, it's not what we need here on Pillar to Post. It's not what we need here within this community we built. And if you don't understand that, then you don't belong. You know, I love going to everyone's channel. If I had the time, I'd be at every single person's channel. I really would. I don't have that kind of time. Now and then I get to catch a replay. Now and then I get to join in a chat and have a little bit of fun. If I had more time, I'd be there. Because I'm not there does not mean I don't support what you do. Hell, if you are brave enough to hit that broadcast button, put yourself on air to be judged, that makes you a righteous person, a brave person. And you don't need anyone to make you feel like shit. No one will ever get that from me, ever. I will not go to someone else's channel and make them or demean them and make them feel less than. And I expect the same respect towards my channel. So, ladies and gentlemen, moving forward, Pillar to Post is the pit stop to positivity. You want in on the action? You bring that attitude with you. You make sure that whatever we do, it is done in a way where people are having fun and enjoying themselves. That is the Pillar to Post I want to see back here on YouTube, and that is the Pillar to Post that you're going to be seeing once again. That is the Pete Wall you are going to get from here on out. You know, I started off doing these review shows and I was called the Angry Viking. And I dug it. I laughed. I loved the nickname, the Angry Viking. And now the name probably was brought up because of the big beard and the look and all. I don't care. It was a good name. It was something that was made in jest, and it was made due to my passion towards the wrestling business. So, ladies and gentlemen, gear up. Strap one on. Because Pillar to Post returns. And it returns in the way it should have been all along. That is what everyone wants, that is what everyone needs, and that is what I need. So, next week, Pillar to Post returns to Monday Night Raw review, Tuesday night review, as well as NXT review, and maybe we fit some other companies in there as well. New Japan Pro Wrestling, maybe some Impact. You know, hearing that Impact is doing a lot better seems a little bit interesting to me, and I want to check it out. Like I said, WWE 2K19, there's a lot of you guys doing it. The action's out there. If I do one show, 2 shows a month, I'm happy. I truly am. And I will be making sure that those are big shows, and I can fit as many of you on there that are on the roster as I possibly can. You know, I wish I could fit as many people as there are that want on the show as I can, and it's not possible. I know it's not possible. Is it feasible? It's feasible. But I wish it was possible. So, ladies and gentlemen, join me in the return of Pillar to Post. Next week begins a whole new day. I always tell everyone, have a great night, have a better tomorrow. Well, Pillar to Post is going to have a good night. And it's going to come back to you next week with a brighter tomorrow. I'm Pete Wall. I'm out of here. Take it easy, everyone.